From the National Newsroom of the Canadian Press, I'm Jason White. The RCMP are searching for two suspects in a fatal shooting on a Saskatchewan First Nation. The Mounties say one person is dead, at least three others are injured, about 400 kilometers northwest of Saskatoon. Police have issued a dangerous person alert, urging residents in the area to find a safe location and lock their doors. The FBI says dozens of high-end motorcycles believed to belong to Canadian athlete-turned-fugitive Ryan Wedding are worth an estimated $40 million U.S. They were among the items recently seized in raids on 4 homes in Mexico, linked to a suspect whose description matches Wedding's. He's accused of running an international drug ring and is believed to be on the lam in Mexico. Calls for suspected opioid overdoses in Canada's largest city jumped over the holidays.
Toronto Public Health says paramedics got more than 120 calls related to suspected opioid overdoses from December 20th to the 28th. That's up 35% from the average number of calls received over the same time in the last couple of years. It says there were fewer than 5 calls for fatal overdoses, which is comparable to last year. The city's drug checking service confirms worsening contamination in the unregulated opioid supply. Brenda Molina Navidad, The Canadian Press, Toronto.
Wintry weather has disrupted some travel and left thousands of people without power in eastern Canada today. It was another messy day on the roads in parts of Ontario and Quebec as storm fronts continued to pound the area. The maker of those viral "Canada is not for sale" hats says he's on a mission to make Made in Canada a real possibility for other manufacturers. Co-founder Liam Mooney says he's been overwhelmed by the response from people across provinces and political lines.
One of the things we hoped to accomplish with this at the outset was for folks to be able to reclaim some of that and to step into some pride and love of country in a manner that allowed the garment to do all the talking.
Mooney says his company will start helping other firms navigate domestic manufacturing and retail in the new year to get more made-in-Canada products on store shelves. British Columbia's emergency line responder has released a list of the most unusual 911 calls this year. Topping the list is a caller who was upset their luggage exceeded flight carry-on limits.
Well, unfortunately, the police can't help you with that. If that's the rule of the airline, you have to follow the rule of the airline. But it's not something the police will help you with.
Another person called 911 to complain a store wouldn't accept the return of an air fryer. Ecom says responders have to treat every 911 call as an emergency until it can be confidently determined otherwise. This is the Canadian Press. In sports, Toronto star captain Austin Matthews is a game-time decision, and several Maple Leafs regulars are out for tonight's game against visiting New Jersey. Matthews is dealing with a lower body injury, while the team also says defenseman Chris Tanev and forward Dakota Joshua are out with injuries. Forward William Nylander's not yet ready to return from a previous ailment. Sam Montembeault is set to get the start in goal tonight for Montreal as the Canadians visit the Florida Panthers. He's recently returned from a conditioning stint in the minors. Also tonight in the NHL, Vancouver hosts Philadelphia. The Toronto Scepters look to strengthen their grip on second place in the Professional Women's Hockey League standings as they host two-time defending champ Minnesota Frost tonight. The Scepters enter the contest 2 points ahead of the Frost with one more game played. And authorities say New England Patriots star wide receiver Stephon Diggs faces strangulation and other criminal charges. Diggs' lawyer says his client denies the allegations. From the Canadian Press, I'm Jason White.
Thanks for listening. Don't forget to follow and subscribe. For more of today's top stories, visit thecanadianpressnews.ca.